Yeah, my name's Charlotte McCrossin and I'm from Hitchin in Hertfordshire. And the business I run is Gatwards of Hitchin, which is a jeweller and we're the oldest family-run jewellers in the UK. So obviously it's a long-established family business and I took over in 2018. So I've been a director of that for 5 years. There are many kind of long-established ways that people were doing things. And I think people were quite set in their ways in the business. And also my predecessors, which was my mum and my aunts, they've now retired. So I think they were probably, for a while just keeping the status quo. So I really wanted to sort of look at ways of how I could grow this business, but it's a real heritage business. So it's quite, you've got a team that are quite resistive to change. So what can we do to bring it into the modern day, but without losing any of the charm of it being such an old family business? I have worked with Jo a lot. I did shift speaker training way back in the day and lead the change and then coaches certs. And I'd always wanted to work with Jo on a business level. And I remember when she was running Empress and I thought at the time, wow, I'd love to do that one day. So as soon as she said she was going to launch Catalyst, I thought, yes, I'd love to be on that. I think the group has been wonderful, having the accountability of all the other ladies that have all got really different businesses from mine. So it's such a mix of different sorts of businesses, and having people's ideas and people's eyes on my business that are nothing to do with it is really refreshing and helpful, because sometimes when you're stuck in the business doing the doing, you can't see the wood for the trees, and then somebody will have an idea and you'll think, oh my God, like why didn't I think of that? But they can see quite clearly. So I think that was really good. Filling in the quarterly planning document, having that accountability where you think, right, I've got to fill that in, and did I do the things I said I was going to do? It does kind of, keep you honest, really. And I think when we were in the December retreat, Jo just had one of her moments of clarity and said that, I was talking about how buying jewellery is more than just a moment of buying jewellery. We'll be your jeweller for a lifetime, because we can offer, a service, we've got repairs, we can offer people more jewellery and, through the different milestones in their lives. And Jo came up with more than a moment as our strapline, and we've really taken that and run with it. And we're now going to be doing a refit and then a more than a moment launch next year. So that was really powerful for me. Definitely coming up with a more than a moment strap line, but then that was the catalyst, if you will, of then, getting the refit, getting all the quotes for the refit. I mean, I knew that we needed to do a refit of the shop at some point anyway, but then once we had that idea of we're going to make the whole experience of buying jewellery, coming into the shop more than a moment, having a champagne bar, that has really, given us momentum. And then also I think being a bit more grown up about the figures. I now get monthly P&L from my bookkeeper, and actually then looking at that and controlling our costs. We're doing a much better job of that than we ever were. And as a result, we are seeing more profitability and more cash in hand at the bank each month. So that has been really valuable too. Jo has got such a great energy. She's always so enthusiastic and full of great ideas. I knew, from working with Jo in other programs, that she would be a great mentor, especially in a business sense. And I've had many conversations with her before, during the Lead the Change program, about challenges in either of my businesses. I also jointly run a business with my husband that's a chiropractic practice, and she's helped me with those challenges before, so I knew that she would be brilliant in a setting like this. So we're definitely more profitable. Last year we did make a small loss, not significant, but it was a small loss. And now each month I am seeing that we are turning a net profit, which is fantastic. We had a huge month in August, so that I think was a record. And yeah, we're really looking forward to doing the refit next year, which I think will drive more footfall. Absolutely do it. It's a brilliant program, and you'll meet some really inspirational ladies and make friends for life, I would say. I mean, we're all kind of in contact with each other, and I've met up with some of the ladies outside of the Catalyst program, so it's just so valuable being able to have that sounding board with other people about your business. It's a lonely place being an entrepreneur at times, and things can get really challenging when you're running teams. So being able to come to this safe space and talk about that and get that off your chest is just invaluable. So definitely do it.